This is another example of statistics being applied here. What this woman did was take information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics on the number of workers in each um, category and their average income, looking at age, and kind of broke things into these quadrants. She used the median income and the median age here to separate out these different groups. So from this perspective, anyone who's less than 44.2 years, so the median age here is a millennial, and that's the group that she's interested in. And so she's specifically trying to figure out what are the um, jobs that put you over this median income. And it looks like there are a couple. This one here is being like a trainer or a technician. So that's the gets you the highest earliest, so before 35, of an income that's above the median. Then you have financial analysts, pharmacists, some other groups, physicians and assistants in here. So why would this be useful in a business context? Well, if you have something that you want to sell that's a luxury item, then this can give you some insight into people who would be interested, who are in a younger demographic, and who might have a disposable income that could afford your luxury item, right? Folks down here that are, making $21,000 a year, $20,000 a year, unlikely to be able to afford a fancy new luxury item. It's not needed. So marketing to the fast food service workers is probably not a good strategy for your release. Bartenders down here, um, you can see how many of them there are and their income and their median age. Right? So this plot helps us kind of understand the different groups. Also, if the product is something that we want to specifically look at marketing to millennials, then some of these other jobs here, we might be less likely to want to market to. So the average lawyer is 47. Um, the average construction manager is 46. So this, gives us some information that maybe those are not the groups. Obviously, these are very big generalizations and big buckets, but it's a way to try and get a sense of what the population is that you might want to sell to and some of the characteristics about them. And then with the way this visualization is set up, you can actually drill in and look at different things like retail sellers here. You can find the different ones you're interested in. So we're carpenters. Carpenters are above the median income. So why did she use median here and not mean, both for the income and age? And that's because median is unaffected by extreme values. So there are definitely people um, who are, you know, young and um, millionaires, um, and so that could skew all of these values. Maybe it's a bartender that actually owns the bar too, um, that she started, and so her income's a lot higher than everyone else's. Using the median kind of protects you against that spread, right? So it's still median is still a measure of central tendency, still useful, and helps prevent those extreme values. Another good examples here are CEOs. So the median CEO salary is 183,000. So really nice salary. But we all know from the news there are CEOs that make much, much more than that. So there are CEOs that make tens of millions of dollars a year. Um, so that's very different, um, right? So a way of looking at characteristics of different jobs, how many there are, and then we could use this to try and get a sense of who we might want to market to and what characteristics they might have. Right? She also provides some analysis here of different groups, talking about uh, like millennials, physician's assistant, financial analyst. A lot of them are millennials and they make more than the median income. So all this information is available publicly through the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But what she did was actually make it really useful by making this chart that is interactive and gives us a lot of information so that we can then dig in to maybe our different target groups.